As I stated in a previous clip here, to this, what appears to be a large blue lake on Mars, which NASA says, the academics say, is a large sand dune. That's their explanation. I mentioned that there are what appears to be structures. And, excuse me, in the clip, previously I said if you go to the top of the image, not all the way to the top, but towards the center of the top and to the left, and I have an arrow on the photo here that'll show you what appears to me is a complex of buildings. And it is hard to see. If you blow it up, then you start getting compression marks. And of course, they also have been known to manipulate a lot of the photos to, again, cover things up. But they also engage in soft disclosure. And I think that's what this picture is, what they say is a sand dune. The story about this being a sand dune from NASA kind of reminds me of a scene in the movie 13 Days, which was starring Kevin Costner, and it was about the Cuban Missile Crisis. And the pilots, they need to go in and do some reconnaissance of the Soviet missiles that were on Cuba. And, excuse me, Costner was saying that if you guys go in and you are fired upon, President Kennedy is going to have to use the bomb. So don't make him use the bomb. So as the pilots go in to a reconnaissance, yes, they are fired upon. When they get back, the commander says, well, we did just fine. And of course, a couple of the ground-based crew said, wow, you guys really got shot up. And he says, no, those are just birds. And of course, the one guy says, well, are those 6mm birds or 8mm birds? He goes, those are birds. That's the way it is, gentlemen. And that scene is kind of like this, where you're looking at a lake, what's obviously a lake, but NASA, like the commander, that's a sand dune. So it could very possibly be something of that. But anyway, I digress from what I was talking about. It is an interesting item to look at here, this complex of buildings, in my opinion. And down towards, just for example, I noticed this here, towards the lower right, you see a kind of a coastline, and you see what also looks like buildings or a possible small city, what appears to be that. But it is an interesting photo. And again, use a magnifier or a jeweler's magnifying glass. Make your own opinion about it. You might even find, excuse me, you might even find something else. That's another anomaly there. So anyway, with all of that being said, we're going to go ahead and see you in the next clip.